What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how I turned this into this. Alright, so what we have here is a tall hexagon aquarium. I'm not sure what size. I picked this thing up for, you're not going to believe, but $10 for this tank and the stand from a local fish show.
Wow! That's a low price!
And I'm not quite sure what the state of the water sealing is, but we're going to reseal it just to be safe and water test it. What we're going to do is we're going to clean it out, and then we're going to reseal it, then we'll test it, and once it's nice and watertight, we will go ahead and hardscape and plant it, and hopefully it'll be a really nice display tank that'll go in my bedroom. And we will stock with all kinds of fish. I'm going to let you guys vote on some of the fish, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell icon so you don't miss the second half and the end of this video where you guys get to pick the fish that go in it. So let's start out by vacuuming this thing out. Alright, so next what I'm doing, now that I've got it cleaned, I'm going to go ahead and reseal all the edges. Now I'm using type 1 clear silicone all-purpose. If you're going to use this, you're going to want to use type 1. The best thing to do would be to order an aquarium sealer. I don't have that right now. This is what I have, so it's going to be used, but this is safe. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to run a bead along all the edges, all along the bottom, and then I'm going to smooth it out. So what I did was I went,
Surprise, mother...
put on a glove. You don't have to use a glove. And I just went in and I smoothed all the silicone, making to get all those edges and get them nice and tight. I decided that I'm not going to go ahead and reseal these edges. They all look pretty clean, and I don't want to mess up the nice clean look because I'm not too good at resealing aquariums. If I water test it and find out that these have a leak, I will go back and reseal them, but right now I think its best bet is to avoid that. But I did go ahead and seal the bottom. Now you want to make sure that waits for at least 8 hours, preferably 24 hours, as long as you can wait. You don't want there to be any vinegar smell, which, trust me, if you're using the right type, there is a vinegar smell when you apply it. Once that smell is gone, you're safe to add your substrate and your water and your fish. So now let's go on to water testing it outside tomorrow. Alright, so a good bit has changed sorry, since I saw you guys last. What I've done so far is I water tested the aquarium. It was watertight, which was awesome. So I went ahead and moved it into its permanent spot in the corner in my bedroom. I put it on the stand. I went ahead and cleaned the substrate, which is a supernatural aquarium sand. First time using it, we'll see how it does. So far it's going good. I just set in the driftwood and I'm getting ready to start hardscaping this, so I'll show you guys that. And while I'm doing that, I have water being added real slowly to avoid disturbing the sand. So now let's cut to a time lapse of me trying to figure out how I want the rocks and the driftwood positioned. Alright, so I think that's how I want everything. I'll give you guys a better look in the end, but I might add another rock or two, but we'll see. So now while I'm waiting for this to fill up some more, I'm going to go ahead and show you what plants I'm going to be using. So the first off is going to be a New Zealand micro sword. And the scientific name is Liliopsis brasiliensis, I think. And this should be a good carpeting plant. It'll get pretty tall. I'm going to break it up and kind of put it in the foreground. Next I have an Argentine sword, or Echidorius argentinius. Again, I'm probably butchering these names, but a good foreground, mid-ground plant. I've heard it can get pretty tall, but that's okay because we have a tall tank. And then I've got some Java fern and a bunch of jungle val, which I'm going to put in the back to kind of give that height and kind of make a wall of jungle val in the back. So now I'm going to let this fill up some more, and once it gets about halfway, I'm going to start putting in plants. Alright, so the water level I think is good enough, so I'm going to go ahead and start maybe positioning the hardscape a little bit more and then adding the plants. So now I'm going to cut to a time lapse of me doing that, and then I'll be back once I get all the plants where I think I want them. Alright, so I know it's hard to see everything, but I will cut to a shot in a second once everything's kind of cleared up. But I think I have everything in place. Now, if you saw the mayhem that happened at the end of that time lapse, what happened was when I positioned the wood and the rocks, I did not realize that the wood was not waterlogged yet, so it wanted to float up. But the way I positioned the rocks, it was holding it down, and I didn't know that. So I went to move one rock, and the whole thing just floated up, which changed everything. I was so happy with it before, and it just, I can't get it back to the way it was, but I got it somewhere that I think I can live with and will be okay with. So you can see I put the micro sword up front. There's the Java fern back there. I need to get another rock to cover the roots. The reason it's tied to the rock is because that's how it prefers to grow, but I will get another rock to cover the roots. I've got the Argentine sword over here, and then all of the jungle valves in the back. Again, you can't see it, it's murky right now, but right now I'm going to cut to when the tank is hopefully cleared up tonight, and here we go. Alright, so here it is a few hours later. It has actually cleared up really quickly, and so you can definitely get a much better view of how it looks, and I think it turned out fantastic. I'm so happy with it. So all this micro sword up front will hopefully carpet that whole front area, and then there's the Argentinian sword up front, and it'll grow taller, and then all that jungle val in the back will spread out, grow to the top of the tank, and just make a nice curtain in the back. But I think it turned out great. So now next video is going to be stocking this bad boy with the fish. Now I'm going to leave a poll right here up in the top corner, and you guys can vote on one of the fish that I will put in the aquarium, and whichever one has the most votes will get put in the aquarium. So make sure you guys vote and stay and subscribe so you guys can see that video that'll be later on in the week where I add the fish for the aquarium. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like down below. And as always, subscribe so you guys can see future content and see the growth of this tank and when we add fish. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.